Hello everyone, I'm the Viking General, and welcome to the 13th episode of this legendary Date Let's Play campaign. Hopefully, you guys are not too superstitious. I know I'm not, so I'm not really thinking that this episode is going to bring us bad luck. So, last time we left off being besieged by the Hojo clan by a decent army. While our army is not at full strength just yet, but it's near full strength except for the cavalry forces. We have been waging a pretty successful war against the Hojo clan so far, and Mikawa, the Mikawa province is probably going to be our final stop until we are able, and hopefully we'll be able to make peace with the Hojo clan at that point. However, they have been quite successful at draining us from our own agents, because there has been a little bit of an agent war going on in the province of Izu, which, to be fair, the Hojo are winning pretty handily, mainly because I try to keep recruiting new units or new agents, and inexperienced agents aren't really good at taking out experienced agents. But we'll keep trying. So let's see if we even have a chance of doing something. Not really. So that's a 30% chance. That is 8%. No, that doesn't even let us do it. So I think it is better to try to... So getting rid of the monk is pretty likely to do with the assassin here. But on the other hand, I really want to have my Matsuke in Izu, so you will be able to provide extra income from the province, because that can really matter a lot. And we do also have a pretty high level monk up here. He's not even that old yet. However, this might be a pretty perilous journey, because the Hojo clan still has a sizable navy at different parts. Right, let's repair. Last time we didn't have enough money to completely repair it, so let's repair the rest now. Right. I'm currently deliberating what to do with our naval capacity. Let's send a trade ship over here to be basically as a scout, to be honest, because I don't value trade ships that much because they're pretty cheap. But it seems like there is no enemy naval presence here, so I do feel quite comfortable or quite safe trying to transport this monk towards our conquered lands. And let's have this one move up. We can recruit another trade ship over here, and I think this is our military port. Yeah, and it's recruiting more navy. So we still have some food left that we can use to upgrade our buildings. And since there's a Matsuke in this building, we will upgrade this to the Merchant Guild. That will increase our money, or our income as well. And now let's see on spending some money with our shinobi or ninja. We will deal with the siege in a bit. So let's first try a conversion on the Matsuke. That failed. Apprehension on the ninja is 20% chance. Pretty low. But if it worked, it could be pretty nice. So I'm not really that afraid of the monk just yet, but this ninja is basically assassinating a character of us each turn, so I'm going to try to assassinate him with a rank 1 assassin. It failed. But as you can see, we had a little bit over 1,000 koku before we attempted this, and the cost said 900, but it didn't cost 900. It only cost around 400, so it's only half if your agent fails. Let's get another Mitsuge, because we're just keep pumping out agents, try and stop them. I'm going to check how it goes with the public order here. That's fine. We do have a... I'm not sure if that's our... Yeah, that's our monk as well. Let's try to demoralize. It's probably not going to work, but it might happen. And he got executed. That happens. So let's try to lift the siege then. Not really a scary army. This unit, however, we really... I'm really glad we're able to take this down, because so rank 6 with superior armor, it will probably be pretty resistant to missile fire, so hopefully I'll be able to identify this unit on the battlefield and use the cavalry against it. Our Ashigara should be able to hold against their Yaru Samurai. Truth be told, I don't think Yaru Samurai are that good in to use as a front line. And only a single unit of light cavalry, which is still quite dangerous because it has almost as much cavalry units as we do. So let's get into it. I think we will try to, well, depending on the terrain, let's see what strategy we are going to use. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of good terrain. I mean, yeah, there are these hills over here, but they're quite small, so we're not able to get our entire force on the hill. And I think it might actually even be better just to try to counter-charge them on flat terrain. So to send in our Yari Ashigaru in first, and then have the Nodachi move in as well. They do have more missile units, so maybe fog is useful because then they have reduced accuracy. Because I'm pretty confident in our melee capabilities, but our missile units are a bit lackluster. And maybe it also gives it a nice different tone. Let's try and use it. Then again, this is actually a pretty big ridge. However, the enemy will not assault us on the entire ridge, but mostly just from right in front of us. And it's also quite a bit away, so maybe they will actually try to run for it. And again, this terrain here is quite flat. I'm just zooming down to make sure that there is not a slight incline anywhere, because even slight changes in terrain can matter a bit. So I think we will just go camp on this hill and wait until the enemy comes to us and then rush down the hill. Especially since there's a little bit of forestation here, which should give us a bit of cover against the enemy archers as well. And on top of the fact that it's foggy, we should suffer relatively low casualties from enemy fire. We can keep our own archers on top, because it will take enemy units. If they want to try take our archers out, they'll have to move up the hill. And unless it's cavalry, and even cavalry is slowed down pretty much by moving up such steep slopes. So again, initial deployment doesn't really matter too much, since we're going to redeploy outside our deployment zone. So let's get it started. As we can see, they deploy pretty much in the middle, so we are going to deploy across the hill and get our archers on top of it, but mostly on this side of the hill. And our Nodachi samurai, we can merge them inside our missile units for now. Let's keep our cavalry in reserve, or put it a little ways behind us, and put our general on this side of the hill to protect even more from potential missile fire. You do have to keep in mind that we might actually need to dedicate a single Ashigaru unit to protect the general in case their cavalry really does a brilliant strategic move and tries to rear charge our general, or even not even rear charge, just gets in our rear and charge the our general. So we do have a little bit of a luxury that they are coming to us, but since they have so much more missile units, or not that much more, but 2 more missile units is enough for them to just probably just walk up to us and then start shooting and not moving. But luckily they still had to form up a little bit because we moved this way, so we had some extra time, and we'll be able to rest a bit before the enemy engages. So let's move up here a little bit, because we do not want to have the enemy be able to come over this hill and charge down until this unit. Although we are getting slaughtered over here. It's not really possible to find out the find the right unit. So they're coming forward pretty far. And these units here should be hidden. Thought that would be hidden in the forest. I'm not sure if they are able to hide in the forest right now anymore. But they're pretty out in the open now, so I think we are able to just try to counter-charge their archers. And move up like so. Right, they kept their archers out in front. The samurai, or they will completely devour that unit. So we need to identify where there might be problems, which is, well, not right here, but yeah, no, sector.
Our men are running from the battlefield. Shameful display!
Oh, we need to get our general in. Let's get them to rally, stand and fight. This unit form a wall. This is slightly concerning. Oh, this is a big problem. Especially since those are samurai. So let's break off and protect our flanks. That unit is temporarily gone, but I don't think it will be gone forever. There we go. They have returned already. And I think we are getting the better. Yeah. left and their sensor are broken.
My lord,
I
a
must say,
glorious victory will soon be yours.
I haven't had a lot of experience fighting in fog, but it's pretty difficult. It's very hard to see what's going on. So we only have these two units actually to now chase down enemies. And let's have them stop now. Yeah, we can see the difference of if this unit was in Yari Wall. Okay, well, it didn't really get into combat that much, but using Yari Wall and not using Yari Wall is very has pretty big effect on survivability of your units. But in such a situation in which the enemy pretty much is able to outshoot you, you will have to charge in anyway, and then you will be able to you will take losses. But still, we took out most of their army and didn't lose too many. Just again, a third of our army, but our light cavalry units are almost destroyed. Pretty even distribution across the board. This one did very well. Probably run down a lot of them. Alright. So let's see. I think what I want to do is get some Naginati Samurai. Because I am getting to the point that using... Then again, we should probably just use more Nodachi Samurai because it's so much cheaper for us. It's only 146 against 176. So that's 30 a turn, which means for every 5 units of Naginata Samurai we would be able to get 6 Nodachi Samurai. And these guys will absolutely destroy these guys. For us at least, because they are so much better for the Date clan. But it's quite costly, so it will take a little while, but we eventually will be able to start pumping these units out. Especially once we get to sword expertise and be able to build the sword master school and get that recruitment time down as well. That'll be very useful. So this only has 7 happiness, which will be up to 13. So we actually need 2 units in here to keep the peace. I really want to capitalize on this victory. So I'll actually leave the cavalry behind and use the rest of the army to chase down this beaten army. So it's mostly archer units that survive. So we'll have to do another reckless charge with our Ashigaru. However, well, maybe not, because they are such low numbers. We might be able to outshoot them. But let's fight this manually to be sure we do not lose any important units. We're getting the exact same battlefield, but this time we're on the offense. Sorry. So they might try to take up this hill position right here. I do not think they're going to rush for this ridge. So if they take up the hill position, we will have to shoot them down. So we want to have perfect conditions. The fog, the problem with the fog is really not the modifiers actually, but not being able to see what's happening, especially since our clan colors are both blue, the Hojo and the Date both have blue units, so it was kind of messy to see everything. So we're able to pretty much leave our archer on the front since they have almost no melee units, and our Nodachi samurai will be able to take care of them without any problem whatsoever. So they didn't deploy close to the hill and they're staying put, it seems. Let's try and actually approach through the forest. But I have a 91 Yarishikara unit left and only 52. Oh, wait. I thought they had a Yari Samurai somewhere. No, apparently not. Oh, there it is. 41 units. And basically the daimyo and one bodyguard remaining. Or daimyo, the general and one bodyguard remaining. Let's hold here. And have these units move over here. So we'll be able to achieve even more of a local superiority. Yeah, we have missile superiority since the AI is charging while in the defense. Flame arrows, please. Aegitus Deletus. So that's basically their melee troops, so now we can rush in with everything we have. Wait. I'm really struggling sometimes with the grouping tool. Does it really matter to inspire a specific unit? With battles like this, it's always it's not a matter of winning the battle, it's a matter of winning the battle well and without losing too many men. But I think they're wiped out right now, so we can just head to battle. Hopefully we still have enough movement left to take the Miwakawa province. I'm really bad with names. Oh, there's still a force remaining, but nothing to Mikawa. since we're not able to get there right now, so might as well get these guys and get some replenishment. Four turns, that's actually not too bad. Alright, let's move on. We now have a little bit of a overview on the slaughter. So they have a pretty big navy over here. Still, a naval presence basically. But this one failed. The monk succeeded. I did not expect that to happen. It succeeded on Aramitsuke. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Makes sense. So we do not know where the ninja is right now, and they sabotaged the castle. Which does affect public order. Let's try to get rid of the monk first. There we go. And let's have our monk attempt conversion. And he got executed again. Oh. 20% is not enough. More bodies. Let's see. I think this is built out indeed. Master armor as well, so we can safely start recruiting our samurai here. And yeah, this has recovered enough to be able to just attack here. So that doesn't give us enough movement, so we have to attack them. So they managed to delay the inevitable by one more turn. Which is fine. Not really a problem so far. So let's get our agent safe on the ground. Or safe with the amount of the enemy agents there. No, not really say it's safe. But they do have a pretty big navy. I had hoped to be able to take Mikawa and be able to basically seal create peace. However, I don't think that's really possible at this point anymore. I'm also still quite concerned that Takeda and the Shimazu are allied with each other. And I don't think I'm able to create a rift.
There is always a welcome for you and a receptive audience for your ideas.
Maybe no. The Hojo? Oh. Payment? Not that much. Still, it might help us with relations later down the track.
My friend, welcome.
So they're very friendly again.
My good. What a
They still want peace.
Plainly. Speak quickly.
They would even
Your
trade.
presence is not entirely welcome.
I think they're pretty desperate at this point.
I will
Enemy
hear
Shimatsu. We could try and see if they
speak your pretty speech, but do not
want us to
imagine for
join
one
their.
moment
No, wait.
that words alone will sway our opinions.
And in Shogun 2, we have to be military allies before we are able to join wars like that. So I say let's end the turn and hope they do not wrest the position from the trade node. Sadly they do. But they didn't occupy it. Pirates. I haven't seen these. I haven't seen Wako Pirates the entire game. A suspicious death, and a. We do not want to trade. I've explained this before. So they really took out everything, basically. Except for Mitsuke here. 20% chance is pretty low. But we really need to get rid of them. 16% chance. Well, I'm surprised he managed to live this long. So let's try to just get assassination going, because these agents are not getting on my nerves per se, but it's not really sustainable this way to be going on this way. Anyway, let's take this down. I think we can auto-resolve this. Yeah. And he got to his final level. Which is a very nice final retainer. We could go for extra honor. Although I do not think that is really going to help us that much. And getting extra command when besieging isn't the biggest bonus, I think, but the reduced chance of being assassinated is very helpful. Especially since, well, he is such a good general at this point. Shigaru command, like, it's quite difficult, to be honest. So I think we'll go for religious one, and then we need the third ability is the one that's the most impressive, basically. Reducing upkeep and increasing replenishment rate is still pretty useful. As we can see, our income is steadily increasing. So this is a good point to stop the war with the Hojo, I think. Especially since they are really threatening our naval, or basically our seas are around our home territory. So let's request the peace.
I do not wish to
Get a trade agreement and see how much money they are willing
unwelcome encounters
to pay us. No, we do not have any hostages. We can say break alliance. Although we have seen before, if they even if they break alliance, they'll basically rejoin the alliance almost the next turn. We can try. Maybe they will get attacked by the Chosokabe before they renegotiate their alliance with the Takeda clan. Of course, we'll be able to get less money out of this, but money isn't too big of a deal right now. So, there we go. They're still very hostile, but we are still trading with them. And the Takeda luckily still like us. And they are not allied to the Hojo anymore. And let's see, because we're not at war anymore, we are able to just slip back in into our trading position there. And as we can see here, our money situation will improve substantially by that. I need to remember we had those pirates along our coast somewhere. So we still have to figure a way out. We still have to deal with them, basically. So let's see. Here, have sailed back. They haven't. I think we should probably invest a little bit more in our navy. That is still fine. Since we are getting a lot of cash now, I think it's finally time to start building up this province and to try to get bow warrior monks here. So we'll take a few turns. Hopefully it will we will be able to make use of it pretty soon. Or soon enough. We still have some war horses here as well, that's interesting. The charge bonus increase isn't that much, to be honest. At least I don't think it's too much, or a lot. Do we still have active agents? No, we do not. Let's end the turn here and see if they still try to assassinate all our agents, since we no longer are at war with them. So the Wako pirates are over here. So we'll engage them as soon as this has been built. All right, let's increase the accuracy here. And they finally stopped their constant barrage of trying to kill our agents. And we are finally able to use our 2Ks to give our provinces some much needed, or not much needed, but at least a little bit of extra cash influence. Let's get some eyes on the Takeda clan, because I'm still not really sure what the best course of action will be. Because it might still be beneficial to try to wipe out the Chosukabe. Or, oh, I don't butcher the name. But, wipe these guys out. So we will have less enemies to fight. Because even though these empires are so big, it's not really threatening that much, because they only have a maximum of 5 of each agent, of course. But if you have to fight 2 of them, then they can use double the amount of agents, and also pretty much double the amount of armies, because of how the AI works, or how the AI gets cheats. A small faction is proportionally more dangerous than a larger one. So that's why I want to wipe out the Chosukabe, and hopefully we'll be able to prevent. I don't think it's going to work though, to not trigger the event. We could also, I think that actually might be the smarter thing to do. Take it over, but deliberately let it rebel. So we have, or just and use our missionary to get rebellions going. So we get so we can actually wipe out the faction. We still have to wipe out the armies, of course, but we can still wipe out the faction and not have all this territory to ourselves. Because if I remember it correctly, these provinces aren't worth too much. I mean, they're decent, but they're not super rich or something. They're not like Izu or Sado. They don't have the gold mines. The other one is Iwami, but firmly in Shimatsu lands, or Shimatsu hands as well. Let's see here, and we probably will start reforming our army as well, especially since these Boa Shigarians have been going for quite some while. I think we're not really we're not going to disband this force because it might still be useful as a small contingency force to maybe able to take small undefended settlements and garrison them. But I think we want to get started on getting a full samurai or monk warrior army. And we still have a prediction of positive food. So let's get our economy growing as well. Is this large enough to take out the pirates? Let's see. Oh, it should easily take them out. Don't really see how they lose that much, but ooh, it's good where you're taking them out right now, because otherwise they might consolidate, and that would have been a bigger problem. Anyway, I'm going to use this unit just for now. I know I really don't like like how these have been implemented, since they're more expensive to use and they are less effective, but hopefully we'll be able to just throw them away against this force and do some damage with them, and then disband them. Alright, let's end the turn. And suddenly they want a trade agreement.
And so avoid unfortunate misunderstanding.
That's fine with me. Especially since we're not able, we're not going to attack you. We should be able to beat this. We're probably gonna lose a couple of ships. But that's fine. Sea trade rated, sword mastery. That is quite expensive, but money isn't really big of a big problem. We are starting to recruit our Nodachi samurai, so might as well. We have a +1 prediction, so let's get a merchant's guild there. Towns, there we go. We need, and we also can now invest even more in getting a better overseer. So they fled. I can't really remember where they fled to or from. Let's use this one. There they are. And they are dead. So now we can scupper these units. Same with this one. The trade ship is actually useful. Not terribly, but I mean it's something. And we can consolidate our navy here and repair it. I think we also want to build up quite a bit of a naval presence in the south here, especially if we are going to attack Josuka Bay. So we have a prediction of predicted amount of food of 0, and also upgraded the war stables because we might be able to recruit some better cavalry. So they have some rebels over there, that's fine. We need, it's good to check how this part is going. But I think we have already reached the end of this episode, so I'm going to finish up all of these tasks and check how the development of all our provinces is going, and then end the turn. That will also be the end of the episode. Alright. I'm not sure why it takes so long on the Hojo clan. Yes. Someone tried to sabotage us. It was the Hojo. Who would have guessed? No problem though. Yeah, that's fine because we wanted to get this sword expertise bonus. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching. I think I haven't mentioned liking, commenting, and subscribing in almost 10 episodes, so I'm doing it now. And hopefully I will see you guys next time.